Do I need a pen and paper to write anything down?
I mean, if you want to take notes, that's completely up to you.
Okay.
But the slideshow will be available and I can share those slides with you if that's helpful.
Okay.
Okay, so just an introduction for whoever's watching the replay. I'm Becky Gorga and I'm doing a team training for my downline. And it's just a brief overview of all the basic stuff that we should know from the very beginning. So I'm going to go ahead and make sure everybody's muted and I'm going to hit my screen share. Okay, let me do this. Keep loading. There we go. Okay. So as I said, we're just going from the very beginning here. And we're talking about upline structure. So when you join Scentsy, when you sign up or reinstate, this is your chain of command, so to speak, using military terms. You have you at the bottom, and then you have your sponsor, and then technically your chain of command would be director, star director, and superstar director. And then in between sponsor and director is any upline that would exist in that spot. Now for our team, as of right now, your director, star director, and superstar director are all Tracy DeMario. So I know that that can be really intimidating for somebody who just signed on to see the superstar director of our whole group and know that that's a person that they're supposed to be able to go to for information or help or questions or whatever. And that can be a little intimidating because there's nobody else in between. But that's what she's there for. That's her job. She is your director as well as the superstar director of the group. So she is there to help you, as am I. I am part of your upline and I am here to help you in any way that I can. My first priority is to my front line, but if you are part of my downline, I am here for you too. So just another more specific breakdown of our chain of command. You have Tracy at the top. In between Tracy and you is me. And then if you have your own downline, that would be your people that you are responsible for. If you personally sponsored somebody, you are responsible for training them and helping them launch and answering their questions and things like that. That's the first person that your downline should go to, or your front line is you as a sponsor. And again, like I said, I'm here. I'm happy to help. I'm always able to assist and offer because my goal is to get into the habit of acting like a director because I'm going to be there soon. But your first stop should be your sponsor. And here we go. We have, where do I go for information? I need to know, I have a question. I don't know where to look. This is your list of where to look. You can go to your workstation. You can ask in our group chat that we have set up, the Blooming Scents group chat, because if I'm not available to jump on and answer the question, someone else might be able to answer the question, or they might have the same question and then they could benefit from the answer as well. Or you can go to Scented Bliss in the group and ask in there because there's a plethora of consultants in there ready and willing to help and answer questions or point you in the direction of where to look. Because ultimately, our job as leaders is to show you how to find the answer for yourself. We don't want to just give you the answer. We want to help you learn where to look. So then after the group chat or the Facebook group, you have your sponsor, your director, star director, superstar director, and consultant support. Consultant support is there to help you with whatever questions you have, but they are also dealing with, hundreds of thousands of consultants. So really try to let them be your last stop when all else fails. Okay, moving forward. Okay, when you sponsor somebody, if you are a new sponsor and you sign up a new consultant, it is your job to help them launch. Now there is a full document on the workstation and I will provide that document for you, but you will also get an email from Scentsy whenever you sponsor a new consultant. You'll get an email that says, yay, you have a new consultant, congratulations. Here's your checklist of things that you need to do. So as a sponsor, it's just like any other like program. When you're sponsoring somebody, think about if you have any experience like with AA, a sponsor is there to lead the person through the steps. So with Scentsy, your job as a sponsor is you welcome your new teammate, you know, give them all the information that they need to have, like, you know, Scented Bliss and what the awards are for getting launched, the Shooting Star and the Sensational Start. It's your job to help them with their launch event, whether it's in person or online. You have to guide them through that. And if you don't know how to help guide them through that, ask me and I will help you help them. And if you want me to be a part of that first time for you to guide you through it, we can do that too. But it is your responsibility to help them with that if they want the help. You want to help them learn the workstation a little bit, at least the basics, like entering an order, whether it's an individual order or a party order. That is your responsibility, even though there are the resources on the workstation, but it's always easier when it comes from a person showing or giving the steps, because you can walk them through, okay, you're going to look over here and it's going to be on the side and all that stuff. Okay. You're going to provide the training on customer follow-up, which there are a lot of follow-up trainings out there. So if you don't know quite what to do with customer follow-up, there's a lot out there. You have the Amy program, you have the binder system. There's lots of resources on your workstation, or, you know, again, ask. But customer follow-up is key to building a business and building those relationships with those customers. And then you want to share the programs, tools, and resources that are provided by Scentsy. So our incentives, the rewards programs, the tools on the workstation, any of that stuff, you want to show them how to find that information. So you are setting your teammate up for success, because when they win, you win too. So if they're, you know, doing a great job launching, if they're learning all the stuff that they're supposed to know right when they launch, then they're going to start, you know, getting those sales and getting those orders, which you will benefit from as well. You know, if you haven't had that first promotion yet to lead, getting that teammate launched successfully will help get you to lead consultant. And then once you're past lead consultant, you're going to need them to help you get your GWV where it needs to be paid at title. Okay, moving on. The very first award that you can earn with Scentsy is the Shooting Star Award. And this is something you need to know, make sure your downline knows. The qualifications for this, it's the most simplest thing. It's to sell at least 500 PRV in your first 15 days. I know that might seem like a lot, but if you do a launch party, like right away, it's really not that hard to get to, but you have to share your excitement with your people. Okay, so doing that launch party, getting that set up immediately will help you get to that Shooting Star Award. The next that we have is the Sensational Start, and there are 3 levels to this. You have 70 days, so that's a little over 2 months to reach at least level 1, okay? And there are 2 ways to do it, okay? You can do 1,500 PRV or 500 PRV, and you sign someone else up who reaches 200 PRV in sales. That's probably the easiest way to do it, is just to have a friend sign up with you. And then there are awards for that. There's product credit, and you get an achievement certificate and the lapel pin. And then level 2 is a little bit more, 3,000 PRV or 1,500 and 1 personally enrolled consultant. And then level 3 is the hard one to reach. You got to get 6,000 PRV or 3,000 PRV and 2 personally enrolled people. Okay, so that is hard, but it is possible. We have consultants that hit it all the time, so it is completely possible. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and move on. Okay, so here's what I'm going to dig in a little bit. The other night we had Jason Harwood kind of talk to us about the compensation, and I wanted to break it down to where it was a little bit easier to understand, because looking at the entire compensation chart altogether can be very overwhelming and confusing. And honestly, it took me a long time to actually understand it completely. So all consultants start out as essential consultants. And yes, it's spelled wrong on purpose because it's fun and it has the word scent in it. As an essential consultant, you earn 20% of your PRV sales, okay? To promote, you have to earn 1,000 lifetime PRV. Now that can take you a couple of weeks, that could take you a couple months. It's however long it takes you to reach 1,000 lifetime. That means the total amount of PRV you've gotten since the day that you started, okay? Once you reach that, then you will promote to certified and get that 5% bump in commission, okay? You'll bump up to 25%. Now, as certified consultant, again, you have 25% of your PRV. You get paid on it no matter what, as long as you sell something. But the goal is to always hit active, which is 200 PRV in a 1 month period, okay? And then if you're ready to promote to lead consultant, your goals are to have 500 PRV, that's your own PRV, and then 1,000 GWV. And let me break that down for you, because that can be confusing as well. Your GWV is 75% of your PRV and anyone in your downline, their PRV. It all gets added together, okay? So you have to have 500 PRV, 1,000 GWV, and one active frontline, which is again, 200 PRV. Okay, so you have to have one frontline that's directly under you that you've personally sponsored or reinstated. Okay, after, when you get to lead, that goal that you had to hit to get promoted, that is your goal every month. 500 PRV, 1,000 GWV, and one active frontline. Now, as a lead consultant though, because you have now started building a team, you get your 25% off your PRV, and then you earn 2% bonus from your personal wholesale volume, which is 75% of your PRV, okay? And then you get 2% off of just your frontline, their TWV, which is team wholesale volume, which is, as I think Tracy explained, team is anyone who is under you with no directors in between. So when somebody in your downline hits director, their group breaks off. They're still under you, but they're no longer considered part of your team, just your group, okay? So you get paid on your front line and you get bonuses off of your wholesale value as well, okay? So that's why we always want to get paid at title, is to get those bonuses. That's the goal. And then to promote to star, these are your requirements here. And again, once you hit these to promote, that will be your goal every month to get paid at title as star, which is where I'm at right now, okay? So these are my goals that I have to hit every month. And then what I get paid, I get my regular commission, then I get paid 4% on my personal wholesale volume. I get 4% on my frontline essential and certified, and I get 2% on any leads. So as my team starts to promote, my bonus goes down, which is totally fine. I'm okay with that. But that kind of shows how Scentsy is not a pyramid scheme, just to throw that out there. If it were, then our bonuses wouldn't go down as our frontline promoted, okay? So in case anyone ever asks, that's proof right there. So as you can see, as you go up in rank or title, your bonuses go up as well, okay? So here's Superstar Consultant. I'll just give you a second to look at those numbers and what it takes to promote to director. Okay, this is at this point where it starts splitting off, where you have your group wholesale volume and your team wholesale volume, okay? Now, if you don't have any directors under you, then that's really not going to be any different, okay? But then 3 active frontline. Okay, so here's one of your resources that you can use. It's very helpful. If you have the Scentsy Agenda book, you have one of these in there every month, and it's a great resource to track your numbers every single day. to keep track of those numbers, because when you're writing those numbers down, it's more in the forefront of your mind and you're paying attention to it, and you know how close you are, how far you are from your goal for that month. Okay, so you have this resource is in your workstation, and if you have trouble finding it, just let me know and I can help you find it. But you can print this off monthly, or print it off once and laminate it, or put it in a sleeve so you can write on it and erase it with dry erase or wet erase or whatever. And that way you can save paper that way too. Okay. Another resource is the monthly action plan. And this just helps you set up for every month. Okay. Just to get you ready at the beginning of the month, the first, the second, what am I going to do this month? How many parties am I going to have? How much PRV am I going to get? How many people am I going to recruit? This just gets your brain focused and set for the month, because we just got done with end of month and it was crazy and hectic. So you need to refresh and restart. And this is the Power Hour worksheet. I talk a lot about the Power Hour because it's important to have dedicated time to work. Now, having 1 hour a day is usually a good amount of time to get the work done. Now, it doesn't have to be 1 hour all at once. If you can't have 1 hour in your day that's just all in 1 hour, you can break it up. You can do 15 minutes at a time. You could do 10 minutes at a time. You could break it up to when you're in the bathroom, but you want to have time dedicated specifically to what you're going to get done that day. Okay. This will help you think of it like a business and get moving as a business owner. Okay. And I will answer any questions at the end. And I don't have chat open or anything like that. But if you have this worksheet printed off, then you can, again, keep track of your daily numbers, give you who do I need to follow up with today? Who do I need to share the opportunity with today? All that stuff. It just gives you a focus. So you're not like, how am I going to work my business today? This will give you a focus, even if you're just filling out this worksheet. Okay. It's just giving you something to write down so you can get in the business mindset. Okay. This is just advice from other leaders that it's good to take in and just take it in and take the advice from the people who have been where you are. Okay. It's just all great information. Some from Synod Bliss, some from outside of Synod Bliss. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and stop screen share now. And again, if you want copies of these slides, like if you want to be able to go back through this information, if you want to save them so you can remember the compensation, whatever, just ask and I can share those with you. Okay, so what questions do we have, my friends? If any.
I don't have any questions right now.
Okay, that's okay. There's a lot of information. Was the compensation charts, were they clear? Did it help break that information down?
Yeah, Becky, all of those are pretty clear. If you had some really cool suggestions on how to get people to actually join your team, that would be fantastic.
Well, I can share that if anybody is an example for being patient and waiting, it's me. It's taken me a long time to build a team. So first of all, don't get discouraged and don't give up, because it happens at a different pace for everybody. One thing that I'm trying to get into the habit of doing that everyone will tell you is you need to be offering the opportunity every day. And you need to be talking to people every single day. And even if it's just starting a conversation and talking to someone on a regular basis and building up that conversation to the point of, so, hey, you know, I was thinking about you the other day, and I was thinking about how you're going through this in life, or how you've been trying to save up for this car, or how you have a kid getting ready to go to college. And I was wondering if you've ever thought about doing Scentsy, selling Scentsy. And you have to get over that fear of bugging people Like, I don't want to bug them. I don't want them to think that all I want from them is sales or join my team, because that's one of the things that I deal with is I don't want them to think that that's all that I want from them, So a lot of times, if I have someone that I think would be great with Scentsy, I have 2 people right now that I'm kind of talking to, and I check in with them and I don't say a word about Scentsy. I don't say, hey, have you thought about joining Scentsy? I said, hey, do you want some wax? It's, how are you doing? How's life going? How are your kids? How's this thing that you just went through? And just get them comfortable with talking to you without worrying about whether you're going to say something businessy to them. So I think really, like, in the big 2 things is don't be afraid to talk to people and talk to people on a regular basis. And that's really the biggest thing, is building those relationships. And then for me, personally, a lot of it is gut instinct. So like with Misty and you specifically, I got this gut feeling that you needed Scentsy. It's not that I needed you on my team, is you need Scentsy. And it's not whether it's for extra money or to help pay off bills. It's what everything that Scentsy brings to the table, I knew that you guys could benefit from. Whereas I have people like Amber and Elizabeth who just said, I want to sell Scentsy. I'm like, okay, let's go. So it's going to be both ways. And, like Jason was telling us the other night, Diane Dreyer asked Tracy like 100 times. And Tracy kept saying no. And she's like, no, I'll just buy from you. No, I don't want to do, I'm not direct sale. I'm not a salesperson. But eventually she said yes, right? And look where she is now. So it's going to take asking more than once, especially if it's somebody that you have a really good feeling about and they just keep telling you no, until they tell you, stop asking me, or my answer will always be no. Just keep asking them, like not nagging them, but just keep bringing it up. Just like, you could be saving this much if you just ordered from yourself, or you're paying me this much money when you could be paying yourself, little things like that, just
That's how you got me.
I'm telling you, right? Like,
Yes.
and it's better, right? Because
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, our compensation works a little bit different. Like, we don't get discounts on our purchases, but it's like a rebate. And that's usually the way that I explain it, is you're getting a rebate. You get paid back on your purchases. So, and then you get to meet new people and get out of your comfort zone. Or if you're a stay-at-home mom in a new city and haven't been able to meet anybody, it's a great way to stay connected and to meet and just not be a hermit. Okay, so just be patient with it and be consistent with it. And eventually you'll get your first person and then your second person. And then before you know it, it'll blow up. What else? I like this. Questions? And if you don't have questions, that's okay, because there's just 2 of you.
I think I'm good right now on questions.
Okay. Anything else, Miss Lakin?
No, I don't think I really have any other questions.
Okay, so I'm going to stop recording now, and then we can talk about other things.